Hello everyone. 4 weeks ago, most of us thought the big political story was over. Bengal elections done, BJP won, TMC lost, government formed, and then Bengal happened again. Not just post-poll violence, though that too happened, but never made it to headlines. There happened a full-blown post-poll rebellion and post-poll alliance.
तो अरूप राय जी हमारा ऑल इंडिया तृणमूल कांग्रेस का चेयरपर्सन चुने गए हैं। इसके सिवाय अरूप राय छोड़ के और 29 लोग, टोटल 30 लोगों को लेकर एनडब्ल्यूसी का गठन हुआ है।
চৌকি চাটা তৃণমূল গঠনমূলক দায়িত্ব পালন করছে, বালিশ চাটা তৃণমূল বালিশ এবং অন্যান্য পাপ ঢাকার জন্য কয়েকজনকে নিয়ে ওখানে ঘুরঘুর করছে। বাকিরা বিভ্রান্ত হয়ে আছেন, তারা ওদের সঙ্গে থাকবেন না, লিখে রেখে।
अभी नेशनलिस्ट सिटीजन पार्टी के साथ हम लोग मर्ज करके एनडीए के साथ काम करेंगे। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के, हमारे अमित शाह जी के नेतृत्व में।
এই যে কমিটিগুলো বানাচ্ছেন, আপনাদের এখতিয়ার কি? কিসের কমিটি বানাচ্ছেন? কোন দলে? তৃণমূল কংগ্রেস তো এখনো মমতা ব্যানার্জির দল, সিম্বল তো এখনো মমতা ব্যানার্জির হাতে। আপনারা কিসের বানাচ্ছেন? পাঁচতারা হোটেলে বসে মুরগ হারিয়ালি কাবাব আর ফিশ ফ্রাই খেয়ে আপনারা কাদের টোপ দিচ্ছেন?
Trinamool Congress lost the 2026 West Bengal Assembly elections. Shubhendu Adhikari became the chief minister, and suddenly the party that ruled Bengal like a fortress for 15 years started cracking from inside. A house of cards, Bengal edition, and not on Netflix. Not one or two MLAs, 58 to 60 out of 80 TMC MLAs who won this election battle in 2026 elected their own opposition leader, defied Mamata Banerjee's choice, and declared, "We are the principal opposition now." The speaker accepted it. For the first time in 28 years, since Trinamool Congress was born on 1st of January 1998, the party split in its home state. A party that was formed by Mamata Banerjee appeared like departing from her.
বিধানসভার অভ্যন্তরে আমি আবারও বলছি যে আপাতত 60 জনের যে তৃণমূল কংগ্রেসের প্রধান বিরোধী দল, সেই প্রধান বিরোধী দলের যে সমস্ত যারা আছেন, এই 60 জন সবার কাছেই আমরা কৃতজ্ঞ এবং আজকে থেকে বিরোধী দল হিসেবে আমরা আমাদের পথ চলা শুরু করলাম।
And that was just the beginning. Because while the suspense was boiling, 20 Lok Sabha MPs from the same party walked into the speaker's room, that is Om Birla's residence in New Delhi, and dropped a bombshell. We are merging with a little known party called NCPI, Nationalist Citizens Party of India. We have more than 2/3 majority. Give us separate seating. They pledged support to the NDA.
देखिए, हमारा जो AITC के सांसद थे, उनमें से 2/3 20 जन हमने अलग से बैठने का चिट्ठी दिया स्पीकर साहब को, और हमारे जो सांसद हैं हम 20 अभी नेशनलिस्ट सिटीजन पार्टी के साथ हम लोग मर्ज करके एनडीए के साथ काम करेंगे। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के, हमारे अमित शाह जी के नेतृत्व में।
Also, just not Trinamool Congress, Operation Tiger is formally over in Maharashtra. 6 out of 9 Shiv Sena UBT Lok Sabha MPs have formally merged with the Shinde camp. Samajwadi Party is still hearing whispers of 25 to 30 MPs ready to break apart. Leaders who once said Didi till death or Bala Saheb's ideology are suddenly discovering new paths.
आज भी महाराष्ट्र आगे जा रहा है। देवेंद्र जी हमारे मुख्यमंत्री है, हम टीम बनकर काम कर रहे हैं, इस महाराष्ट्र को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं, और इसलिए केंद्र का भी बहुत बड़ा योगदान इसमें है।
So let's break this down properly. What exactly happened in the last few weeks? How the anti-defection law is being used or stretched? Why 20 MPs could do what they did? The unthinkable organizational coup inside Trinamool Congress, the sharp reactions that followed, the legal battle that is now fully underway, and what it means for the monsoon session, and whether we are watching opposition fragmentation or something more calculated. Let's start from the beginning. First chapter, the Bengal Spark. Mamata Banerjee emerged as the face of this rebellion in the assembly. Expelled along with Shandipon Saha for anti-party activities, he quickly gathered signatures and staked claim to the leader of opposition post. Rebels spoke of wanting collective leadership, with some suggesting Mamata Banerjee should remain as the supreme leader or chief advisor. Notably, the rebels' letter to the speaker with the 58 plus signatures has stayed largely out of public view. Nobody has seen it. While the original Trinamool Congress letter nominating Shobhandev Chattopadhyay as the leader of opposition with the signatures of MLAs, that sparked the forgery allegations and also invited a CID probe. That particular letter is in public view. But the letter sent by the rebel MLAs, that is not in public view, not in public domain. Strange, right? But things escalated dramatically on 22nd of June 2026. In a move described as an organizational coup by many, rebel MLAs claiming the support of 58 to 65 out of 80 elected Trinamool Congress legislators held a meeting and removed Mamata Banerjee as the party chairperson. The elected veteran Howrah Central MLA and former minister Arup Roy as the new chairperson through a voice vote. Abhishek Banerjee was suspended as General Secretary. A new 30-member National Working Committee was announced.
श्री अरूप राय जो पहला दिन से 1998 का पहला दिन से जो 138 एविडेविट हुआ था, हर में अरूप राय जी का सिग्नेचर है। तो अरूप राय जी हमारा ऑल इंडिया तृणमूल कांग्रेस का चेयरपर्सन चुने गए हैं। इसके सिवाय अरूप राय छोड़ के और 29 लोग, टोटल 30 लोगों को लेकर एनडब्ल्यूसी का गठन हुआ है।
A small piece of information, if not critical. This meeting by the rebel MLAs happened at Novotel, which is in Kolkata, a premium property. Also, the same property where BJP central leadership, including Union Home Minister Amit Shah, has held multiple meetings in the run-up to Bengal Assembly Election 2026, not drawing any conclusions, not suggesting anything, not insinuating either. The rebels cited a constitutional crisis under the party's own rules, claiming the previous National Working Committee's tenure had expired. They have since submitted their leadership list to the Election Commission of India and are demanding recognition as the real Trinamool Congress, along with the rights to the party's name, assets, and the iconic Jora Phool, that is the Twin Flowers election symbol. This is no longer just a legislative split. It is a direct challenge to the founders' control over the party organization itself. Guess who all attended the meeting at the hotel? Amongst others were Mamata Banerjee's longtime confidants, Firhad Hakim, who is the former mayor of Kolkata Municipal Corporation, and Arup Biswas, the former sports minister, infamous for the messy mess. That picture broke the internet. Were hearts broken? Not known. Because this is politics after all, and everything is fair in love and war, and also in politics. Mamata Banerjee scam. I should not be calling it a scam because several people take offense of it. Similarly, if you call Mamata Banerjee's scam as a scam, they take offense out of it because both sides maintain that they are the real Trinamool Congress. But nonetheless, just for the simple comprehension of a very complicated situation, it is Mamata Banerjee's side has responded by submitting its own revised leadership list to the Election Commission of India, keeping her as the chairperson. Both factions are now locked in a formal dispute before the Election Commission. Meanwhile, the parliamentary rebels took a different route altogether. The 20 out of 28 Trinamool Congress Lok Sabha MPs, led by Kakuli Ghosh Dosidar and including Sudeep Bandyopadhyay, Mitali Bagh, Shaini Ghosh, Rachana Banerjee, June Malia, actor turned politician Dev and others, went ahead with the NCPI merger. They have formed a separate group. got recognition for separate seating and pledged support to the NDA, that is BJP-led NDA, that is Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led NDA. Ritubrata Banerjee's assembly faction has publicly distanced itself from the NCPI merger, saying the MP's decision is theirs alone and that the MLAs are not following that path. One of the sharpest reactions came from Trinamool Congress Member of Parliament Moha Moitro. She called the entire episode a theatre of the absurd, mocking the setting of the rebel MLA. And of course, the meeting that happened at a 5-star hotel, she called it a 5-star tea party over fish fry where somebody wearing a hat from Howrah has replaced Mamata Banerjee. That's what exactly she said.
ममता बनर्जी को चेयरमैन से हटा दिया जाता है, एक्सपेल कर दिया जाता है अभिषेक बनर्जी को, कैसे देख रहे हैं?
अच्छा, ये थिएटर ऑफ द अब्सर्ड बोलते हैं ना, थिएटर ऑफ द अब्सर्ड, इसको बोलते हैं थिएटर ऑफ द अब्सर्ड। হাওড়া টুপিপড়া অরূপ রায় তিনি নাকি মমতা ব্যানার্জির পরিবর্তে তিনি চেয়ারপারসন হচ্ছে। বাংলায় কাকদ্বীপ থেকে কুচবিহার একটাও প্রকৃত তৃণমূল কংগ্রেসের কর্মী কি কোনোদিন কোনো জন্মে মেনে নেবেন যে তৃণমূল কংগ্রেস মমতা ব্যানার্জির তৃণমূল কংগ্রেসের সভাপতি হতে পারে হাওড়ার অরূপ রায়? এই যে কমিটিগুলো বানাচ্ছেন, আপনাদের এখতিয়ার কি? কিসের কমিটি বানাচ্ছেন? কোন দলে? তৃণমূল কংগ্রেস তো এখনো মমতা ব্যানার্জির দল, সিম্বল তো এখনো মমতা ব্যানার্জির হাতে। আপনারা কিসের বানাচ্ছেন? 5-তারা হোটেলে বসে মুরগ হারিয়ালি কাবাব আর ফিশ ফ্রাই খেয়ে আপনারা কাদের টোপ দিচ্ছেন?
And she also said this: if Ritubrata Banerjee is the real Trinamool Congress and Arup Roy is the chairperson, then she is the Queen Victoria.
जिस आदमी हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में ममता बनर्जी का पार्टी है, ममता बनर्जी का पार्टी है, ममता बनर्जी का सिंबल है, ममता बनर्जी के नाम और सिंबल में हर कोई एमएलए एमपी बना है। कोई भी आज सीपीएम से आके कहीं से भी आके अगर मतलब ये तो हम तो कह रहे हैं कोई पागलपन है जो आपने, और एक कम्प्लीटली अशिक्षित हो, विथ नो नॉलेज कोई भी बोल सकता है। हम आज बोल सकते हैं हम क्वीन ऑफ इंग्लैंड, अगर उनको कहना है हम क्वीन ऑफ इंग्लैंड, रानी विक्टोरिया कोई है ही नहीं, हम रानी है, तो फिर ठीक है भैया, हम रानी मान।
Her point was blunt. MLAs and MPs were elected on Mamata Banerjee's name and the Trinamool Congress symbol. The rebels, she argued, are trying to appropriate something they did not build or does not belong to them. This mirrors the kind of factional fight Shiv Sena has undergone in 2022. Party broken into two, Uddhav Thackeray lost the party and party symbol to Eknath Shinde, and the decision had the validation of the Election Commission of India. This exactly mirrors the kind of factional dispute the Supreme Court addressed in 2022. The court had said that the speaker should generally go by the political party's authorized way, not dive into internal factional claims. But speakers are political leaders too. And now both sides have moved the Election Commission of India with rival claims. Well, this was only round one. The real legal battle is just beginning, and we will delve into it deeper. But for now, let's move on to segment 2, the Parliament bombshell. Mid-June, while Bengal was still digesting the Assembly rebellion, Delhi got the real earthquake. 20 out of 28 remaining Trinamool Congress Lok Sabha MPs decided that they had had enough. They met at Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav's residence. Who is Bhupendra Yadav? A BJP leader. Then went to Speaker Om Birla's house and submitted a letter. They were more than 2/3 of Trinamool Congress's legislature party in Lok Sabha, and they were merging with the Nationalist Citizens Party of India, NCPI, a smaller, little-known outfit registered in 2023 with roots in Howrah and Tripura. NCPI, as a party no one has heard of, registered as unrecognized political party with the Election Commission of India, have contested election in Tripura once. Suddenly, they are the 5th largest political party in the Lok Sabha. The prominent face, that is veteran MP Kakuli Ghosh Dostidar, she just did not announce that. She has also shocked several NCPI members. Doesn't matter how many members they had or have, but yes, they were shocked. Rebels claim NCPI leadership welcomed them. Some original NCPI voices initially said they were in the dark, but the party later posted on social media celebrating the new largest parliamentary force from West Bengal. Well, that Facebook page was born only after this announcement that came from Kakuli Ghosh Dostidar. Shantanu Dev, founding member of NCPI, couldn't find this was coming his way. He was shocked. He is still in shock, and he has now filed an RTI to understand who does this party belong to, who is the president of this party. Listen, Trinamool Congress alone did not break. This merger also broke NCPI. Shantanu Dev also claimed the founders of the party have gone incommunicado. The party suddenly had a new president because the incumbent had very mysteriously resigned. And the other members are simply not taking phone calls.
প্রেসিডেন্ট আমরা বানিয়েছিলাম শিউলিকুণ্ডুকে, আমার কাছে এখনো স্টিল পেপার রয়েছে শিউলিকুণ্ডু, এবং ন্যাশনাল কমিটির ক্ষমতা 4 বছর। ঠিক আছে, 4 বছর পরে ন্যাশনাল কমিটি চেঞ্জ হবে, কিন্তু এখন শুনতে পাচ্ছি সব মিডিয়ার কাছে উত্তিকুণ্ডু নাকি প্রেসিডেন্ট, শিউলিকুণ্ডু নাকি পার্টিতেই নেই। আরে বাবা, সেটা তো জানাতে হবে, দলের কাকে জানিয়েছেন, ওনার কাছে কোনো পেপারস থাকলে সেটা তো শো করবেন।
Kakuli Ghosh Dostidar has been clear. Numbers may go up to 22 in July, sources say. They may plan to formally stake claim to be recognized as the real Trinamool Congress because they hold the majority of its Lok Sabha MPs. Courts will then decide the symbol and the name, who does that belong to, who do they actually belong to Mamata Banerjee or others. By the way, Sudip Bandyopadhyay also joined the rebels. He was there at Mamata Banerjee's residence one day before, and 24 hours later, he was there with the rebel camp. Look at the leaders. They are all great Trinamool Congress leaders, I'm sure, who got elected as Trinamool Congress members in the parliament, who now decided to rebel only after their party lost the state assembly election. They won in 2024 with a Trinamool Congress ticket, using Mamata Banerjee's face. Until 2026 loss, they were fine to tolerate Abhishek Banerjee, but not after that. Fair point. But they meeting Bengal Chief Minister Shubhendu Adhikari in Delhi is a different khela altogether. Yes, that happened too. And that too at the residence of Trinamool Congress / NCPI / NDA supporting MP Shatabdi Roy's residence. That's Mitali Bagh before election.
আমরা সকলেই জানি, ময়ে মা, ময়ে মহিষী, ময়ে মহিষাসুর মর্দিনী, ময়ে মামাটি মানুষ, ময়ে মমতা। আমাদের সর্বভারতীয় সাধারণ সম্পাদক কালকেও বলেছি, আমাদের যুব সমাজের আইকন 8 থেকে 80-র হৃদয়ের স্পন্দন অভিষেক বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়, ওনাদের দুজনের উদ্দেশ্যে আজকে আমি দ্বিতীয়বার যেহেতু সুযোগ পেয়েছি কিছু বলার, নতশিরে আমি একটু শতকোটি প্রণাম করতে চাই যারা মঞ্চে আছেন এবং মঞ্চের বাইরে যারা আছেন, এবং দিদি এবং দাদার উদ্দেশ্যে।
Mitali Bagh was allegedly attacked before elections. Abhishek Banerjee went to see her. Well, I'm sure Abhishek Banerjee was acting a little too much and she was annoyed because now she's not with Mamata Banerjee but with NCPI. That is the same Mitali Bagh vowing her support, pledging her support to Mamata Banerjee, almost suggesting that everything she has achieved in her political life, she owes that to Mamata Banerjee. And now she's not with Mamata Banerjee. And that's Mitali Bagh too in that picture, standing by the rebels and not by Mamata Banerjee's side.
আমি শুধু দিদির উদ্দেশ্যে বলবো, কোথাও আমার চোখের কোণে জল আসছে। যেভাবে এই পেছিয়ে পড়া মেয়েটাকে বাড়ি থেকে একটা ফোনে ডেকে এনে তিনি যেই জায়গা আমাকে দিয়েছেন, মঞ্চে যারা আছে এবং মঞ্চের বাইরে যারা আছেন তাদের প্রত্যেকের কাছে আমার করজনে অনুরোধ, আপনারা এইভাবে আমাকে আশীর্বাদ করবেন, এইভাবে আমার পাশে থাকবেন। যে কাজের জন্য আমাকে আনা হয়েছে সেই কর্তব্য থেকে আমি ভুলে যেতে না যাই। তোমায় হৃদমা যারে রাখিব ছেড়ে দেব না, দিদিকে বক্ষ মাঝে রাখিব, ছেড়ে দেব না। আরে ছেড়ে দিলে মামাটি মানুষ আর তো পাবো না, না না দিদি তোমাকে ছেড়ে দেব না, দিদিকে বক্ষ মাঝে রাখবো, ছেড়ে দেব না। ছেড়ে দিলে মমতা দিকে আর তো পাবো না, না না ছেড়ে দেব না। আমার ভিতর বাহির অন্তরে অন্তরে আছো দিদি হৃদয় জুড়ে, আমার ভিতর বাহির অন্তরে অন্তরে মমতা দি আছো তুমি হৃদয় জুড়ে।
Not singling her out, Trinamool Congress MP Shaini Ghosh said she isn't Chadda and that she will never become a Chaddi. Forget that viral clip. She also said she will never leave Mamata Banerjee under any circumstances. I myself had asked that question to her. She said whether they win this election or not, she is there with Mamata Banerjee always. And now it's she in that picture too.
And I love Mamata Banerjee. I am whatever I am today, Tomal. It's because of Mamata Banerjee.
So in an adverse situation, if Trinamool Congress doesn't perform as you all are expecting, you will still stick around with Mamata Banerjee.
I will stick around with Mamata Banerjee.
And Trinamool.
That's my duty towards her. I am duty bound towards Mamata Banerjee. I love her, and I think that she is the one who can save the nation, who can save democracy, and she's fighting the good fight. I'm with the person who is fighting the good fight. I'm with the person who is righteous, and I'm with the person who wants to protect the fabric of the country. And for me, that is no Modi ji, that's Didi for me.
Actor Deepak Udhikari, he once said he's there with Didi, and then you can see him smiling and shining in that photo with the other rebels. Actor turned politician Rachana Banerjee, first-time member of parliament, too joined the bandwagon. June Malia was all over that frame when Mamata Banerjee was protesting. She was singing, blushing. She also gave speeches from that anti-SIR protest stage, and then she moved on. Only after the election debacle of Trinamool Congress. It's not about their political choices, trust me. But the question people are asking, at what cost? And I don't mean price, I mean at cost of what? At cost of integrity? At cost of sacrifices? At the cost of what? It's about the politics that is unfolding now here in Bengal. Every voter who voted for all these leaders had voted against the BJP. And now, after securing the anti-BJP vote, these leaders suddenly had a realization, an awakening, and they realized that BJP is the best. Fair point. But then they say they will support NDA because NDA means development, because BJP means development. That's what they are saying. That's like fooling your own voters. No one is saying that BJP is bad. No one is saying that BJP is untouchable. But it's you who said BJP is bad, and thus you garnered votes of anti-BJP voters. You sold this idea that you stand against BJP. It's you who said that BJP is bad. No one else is saying. And then suddenly you say BJP is the best? TMC called the move ridiculous. Abhishek Banerjee urged the speaker to treat All India Trinamool Congress as one unified party. Meanwhile, Abhishek Banerjee faced multiple summons over the past few weeks. ED in the teacher recruitment, money laundering case, CID on forged signatures and other matters. And Trinamool Congress sees political vendetta. The timing has raised eyebrows. That's what they say. Trinamool says it's not accidental and that someone is trying to weaken the opposition. We now have parallel Trinamool Congress factions. One with the organization, that is Mamata Banerjee, and one with the legislative majorities in both the houses, that is in assembly and also in the parliament. In parliament, the majority is using NCPI as a vehicle while eyeing the original identity. Maybe that will happen very soon. You cannot mistake here. Within the rebel camp itself, there is a faction. The parliamentary group used NCPI as a legal shield and aligned with NDA. Ritubrata Banerjee's much larger assembly group, which is 58 to 65 MLAs, is taking a different route altogether, claiming to be the original Trinamool Congress identity, removing Mamata Banerjee as the chairperson and fighting for the party name and symbol directly through the Election Commission of India and courts. So there are two parallel rebellions, two different strategies. Mamata Banerjee loyalists claim that the party constitution is clear, one which is there before the Election Commission of India, and according to Moha Moitru, Mamata Banerjee is the lifetime chairperson of Trinamool Congress. Thus, nobody has the authority to remove her apart from she herself.
সিম্বলটা তো এখনো মমতা ব্যানার্জির কাছে। আজকের দিনে দাঁড়িয়ে দলের কনস্টিটিউশন, দলের সংবিধানটা যদি দেখেন, মমতা ব্যানার্জি লাইফ টাইম চেয়ারপারসন, আজীবন তিনি দলের সভানেত্রী। সিম্বল আজকে মমতা ব্যানার্জির কাছে। আগামী দিন কি হবে, কোর্টে কি হবে সেটা জানি না। আজকের দিনে মমতা ব্যানার্জির পার্টি, মমতা ব্যানার্জির চিহ্নে ইলেকশন লড়া হয়েছে, মমতা ব্যানার্জির চিহ্নে 80টা MLA হয়েছে, মমতা ব্যানার্জির চিহ্নে 28টা MLA হয়েছে, মমতা ব্যানার্জির চিহ্নে 136টা না কটা কর্পোরেটর হয়েছে।
Splits within political parties are nothing new in Indian politics. It goes back to 1968 when Congress, the grand old party itself, had undergone a similar situation. Back in 1968, S. Nijalingampa had challenged Indira Gandhi, questioned as whether Congress as a political party can belong to her. In fact, the matter then went before the Election Commission of India, and the Election Commission of India had decided that Congress as a political party and the symbol belongs to Indira Gandhi. Upset over this decision by Election Commission of India, S. Nijalingappa had moved before the Supreme Court of India. What did the Supreme Court do? The Supreme Court three-judge bench, headed by Justice Khanna, Justice Hegde and Justice Grover, had decided that it is the Election Commission of India who can have the final say in decisions like this or in situations like this. So the Election Commission of India's decision is final. So while S. Nijalingappa had challenged the Election Commission of India's decision before the Supreme Court made it very, very clear that in situations like this, it will be Election Commission of India who would decide who does this party belong to, who can the party belong to, and the party symbol as well. That verdict had come out in 1971. Trust me, that same Supreme Court verdict is used till date to settle matters like internal rift between Shiv Sena, that is Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena, and Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena. It was the same Supreme Court judgment that was referred to back in 2022 when Election Commission of India eventually decided that the party name and the symbol belongs to Eknath Shinde. Well, the matter had moved to courts, but the courts again referred to the same Supreme Court decision of 1971. So here too, what the Election Commission of India decides will be crucial. If the Election Commission of India decides that Ritubrata Banerjee and his faction is the real Trinamool Congress, then the party name and the symbol will go to them. If Election Commission of India decides that it's Mamata Banerjee who founded this party back in 1998 is the rightful proprietor of this political party, then neither Trinamool Congress, the name or the symbol, can be wrested from her. As far as documents with the Election Commission of India are concerned, this is the constitution of All India Trinamool Congress. Every political party has a constitution which has to be duly communicated to the Election Commission of India. This constitution of All India Trinamool Congress makes it very, very clear that the chairperson of the political party will take every call as how the National Working Committee or the Working Committee would look like, shape up, and who all would be part of it. But then, as Moha Moitra says, that there is a communication with the Election Commission of India that states that Mamata Banerjee is the lifetime chairperson of All India Trinamool Congress. In this constitution of All India Trinamool Congress, which is there with the Election Commission and is also available in ECI's website, no such mention has been found. In 2024, this is another letter that Trinamool Congress had sent to the Election Commission of India. Some situation had warranted. a letter signed by Abhishek Banerjee, who had signed this letter in capacity of being the National General Secretary. And here too, Mamata Banerjee is identified as the chairperson of All India Trinamool Congress, Subrata Bokshi as Vice President, Chandrima Bhattacharya as Vice President, Abhishek Banerjee as General Secretary. Aurup Biswas, who has now been removed as a treasurer, is identified as a treasurer in this communication that Abhishek Banerjee had sent to ECI back in 2024. And Firhad Hakim, the special coordinator. Mind it, Firhad Hakim and Aurup Biswas, they have gone into the camp of Mamata Banerjee. And the fight for Jora Full symbol and the party funds is just getting started. Well. They haven't started talking about it openly, but it is there everywhere. Aurup Biswas was the Trinamool Congress treasurer. He has now written to the HDFC Bank asking for a total freeze of the party bank accounts. There are few who still are rooting for Mamata Banerjee. God knows why. Mahua Moitra, Kalyan Banerjee are now friends. Well, that's one good thing that has happened out of this cracking of Trinamool Congress. Kalyan Banerjee and Mahua Moitra, they won't see eye to eye. Just a couple of sessions back, they would talk against each other. But now they are along with Kirti Azad, Derek O'Brien, Shatrughan Sinha, Abhishek Banerjee, and they're all standing like steel with Mamata Banerjee. The question now remains, what is the legal reality? Can 20 MPs actually do this? This is where it gets interesting and where the constitution fine print matters. The anti-defection law, the 10th schedule, has, or rather I would say, was brought in 1985 to stop Ayaram Gairam. It disqualifies legislatures who voluntarily give up party membership or defy the party will. But there is a clear exception. Paragraph 4, which is on merger. If a political party's legislature party, that is the MPs or MLAs of that party in the particular house, merges with another political party and at least 2/3 of those legislators agree to the merger, then no one gets disqualified. Crucial point, is it 2/3 of the legislature party in the house or 2/3 of the entire national or state organization party? There is a great ambiguity, and the constitution has multiple interpretations as per convenience of political parties.
तृणमूल कांग्रेस के 20 एमपीज आज से 3-4 दिन पहले स्पीकर साहब से मुलाकात किया है और उन्होंने अपने आप का एक सेपरेट ग्रुप फॉर्म करने का क्लेम किया है। 20 एमपीज का जो मैं मीडिया में देखा हूं या न्यूज पब्लिकेशंस में पढ़ा हूं, उसके हिसाब से 20 लोग जाके मिलके उनके पास ये दावा रखा है कि हमको अलग ग्रुप के हिसाब से ट्रीट किया जाए। फिर मिलने के 2-3 घंटा बाद हमें कहीं से पता चलता है कि उनमें से कई लोग 2-4 एमपीज ये क्लेम किया है कि वो एक अलग पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ज्वाइन किया है, जिस पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का नाम है नेशनल सिटीजन्स पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया, और उन्होंने ये क्लेम किया कि हम उस पार्टी के साथ मर्ज हो गए। 4-5 सांसद, मैं जितना उनका बात सुनाऊं उसके हिसाब से हम संविधान के 10th शेड्यूल में जो प्रावधान है, मैं उसी प्रावधान के हिसाब से आज अध्यक्ष जी से मिलने आया था और वहां पे साफ साफ लिखा हुआ है जो डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन या ग्राउंड ऑफ डिफेक्शन है कि आप अगर यहां पे 10th शेड्यूल में 2A में आप अगर देखेंगे साफ लिखा हुआ है कि मैं वॉलंटरीली अगर पार्टी का मेंबरशिप छोड़ता हूं तो दैट इज वन ऑफ द ग्राउंड्स फॉर माय डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन फ्रॉम द हाउस। अगर आप किसी और पॉलिटिकल पार्टी में शामिल हुए हो, इसका मतलब आप तृणमूल का मेंबरशिप छोड़े हो। तो अगर मान लीजिए आप एक सिंबल में चुन के आए हैं और फिर 2 साल बाद अचानक आप दावा कर रहे हैं कि मैं इस पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ज्वाइन कर रहा हूं, तो उसी वक्त आपका लोकसभा का सदस्यता पद चला जाना चाहिए। दूसरा जो उनका क्लेम है कि हम तो मर्ज किए हैं, 2/3 है, उसके जो प्रावधान है 10th शेड्यूल, यहाँ पे 4th नंबर जो पॉइंट है, डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑन ग्राउंड ऑफ डिफेक्शन नॉट टू अप्लाई इन केस ऑफ मर्जर। यहाँ पे साफ लिखा हुआ है मर्जर तभी माना जाएगा जब 2/3 of the political party merges into another political party, not just the legislative party.
Of Mamata Banerjee, Trinamool Congress National General Secretary, he has this argument. So he claims he has proved that those who have defected because of inducement or under intimidation. Point is, if you really have the proof, when will you make them public? You may as well do it. Let people know, people see, and let people decide. Or are they really trying to frame up a legal battle for which they are stocking up their evidences? The point is, they cannot, that is the rebels, cannot however automatically walk away with the name and the symbol of Trinamool Congress. That is a separate political and legal battle usually decided by the Election Commission, applying test of majority support, that is legislative plus organizational, and party constitution, as we saw in the Shiv Sena case. The rebel strategy is clever and, dare I say, also clear. Use NCPI as a legal shield for the time being. Then in July, if sources are to believe, during monsoon session, formally claim we are the real Trinamool Congress because we have the parliamentary numbers, and let the courts or election commission decide. This is exactly what happened in Maharashtra back in 2022. Eknath Shinde took a majority of Shiv Sena MLAs. The government failed. Uddhav Thackeray resigned, and eventually, after legal battles, his faction got the symbol and the party name. The Supreme Court's judgment in that case is being cited by both sides here and again to suit their own interpretations guided by convenience. The law was meant to prevent defections. In practice, when 2/3 move together, it legalizes a controlled split. That's the loophole or the feature depending on which side you are on. Sanjay Raut has warned of disqualification proceedings and alleged inducement talks of about 10 crores to 50 crore and even a private jet. Well, there was also a social media, exchange of thoughts where Moha Moitri even questioned. There is Trinamool Congress MP also questioned Sanjay Raut, अरे आपके वाले तो बहुत सस्ते में बिक गए. That's her language, not mine. The Shinde camp calls it Operation Tiger. The next phase after the 2022 split that toppled the Mahavikas Aghadi government in Maharashtra. All of this peaked up on Shiv Sena's Foundation Day, that is 19th of June. Sanjay Raut did not mince his words. He has called them names, abused them on camera, and even told media to not edit his language. Well, we have to add a small beep. Listen to him.
हे लोक कोण जात आहेत हे नाही, डोंट कट, हे कट मत करना. हाँ, ये लोग जो है बेईमान लोग है, ये बेईमान है और बेईमानी उनके खून में है.
Sorry Sanjay ji, आपकी बात नहीं रख पाए. Otherwise, they would ban our YouTube channel, a humble attempt to stay alive with news and journalism and the truth. So we added a small beep in that language, but everyone got it. Now, Samajwadi Party. BJP allies like OP Rajbhar and UP Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Prasad Maurya have openly claimed that 25 to 30 Samajwadi Party MPs are in touch with them and are ready to rebel. Some even allegedly wrote to Amit Shah, Union Home Minister. Pressure of investigations into past cases is being cited by insiders. Akhilesh Yadav, the Samajwadi Party chief, has dismissed all this as a rumor and a mind game. He called it BJP's old habit of engineering defection. But the timing, right after Trinamool Congress and during when Shiv Sena UBT is in trouble, that timing is hard to ignore. Why is this happening across opposition parties simultaneously and now? Ahead of monsoon session, NDA's numbers in Lok Sabha have already jumped from 294 to around 314 plus, with the support of Trinamool Congress rebels and potentially more with the Shiv Sena UBT. Still short of 362 needed for a two-thirds majority for constitutional amendments like delimitation, Lok Sabha expansion, etc., etc., and etc. Some in the opposition Congress, like Jairam Ramesh and others, are openly saying BJP is systematically fragmenting opposition parties to reach that magic number.
Well, Mr. Amit Shah is clearly hell-bent on making the NDA, the National Democratic Alliance, the NDA, the National Defectors Alliance. He was humiliated on the 17th of April 2026 in the Lok Sabha. He expected the constitutional amendment bill that provides for delimitation to pass. He had assured the Prime Minister. But because of opposition unity and solidarity, the bill didn't pass. They got only 298 and they needed 362 if you go by 543 present and voting. So they fell hugely short of the two-thirds majority. And that was a humiliation. It was a setback for him. He didn't expect it. And I think as a response to that humiliation, he has started on this massive program to destabilize opposition parties. He's trying to break all opposition parties, but I can assure you that he's not going to succeed in getting a two-thirds majority in the Lok Sabha. He's trying similar tactics in the Rajya Sabha to shore up his numbers, but ultimately it's two-thirds majority in the Lok Sabha that matters.
Aam Aadmi Party says only Dawood Ibrahim left to join BJP. Again, it's not my language. Sanjay Singh, Aam Aadmi Party member of parliament, said this.
मैं इस बात को कई बार कह चुका हूं, सिर्फ दाऊद इब्राहिम का आना बाकी रह गया भाजपा में, बाकी कोई बचा नहीं जिसको इन्होंने न ले लिया हो।
अभी तो तृणमूल कांग्रेस से भी बहुत सारे लोग जाने के,
मैं कह तो रहा हूं आपको, सिर्फ दाऊद इब्राहिम का बीजेपी में आना बाकी रह गया है, बाकी ये सबको शामिल कर चुके हैं।
Well, BJP isn't a social organization. They are into politics. They are playing politics. You can pretend to ignore that, but they are in the game of politics and they are doing it really great. You can't penalize them for knowing their job so well. They have every right to poach leaders. They have every right to weaken other political parties. That's their game. That's the game. And they are on top of the game. But what are you doing? Every opposition party, what are you doing? Where are you failing? That question should also be asked to them. If BJP is playing politics so well, what are you doing? Where are you failing? If you're failing this miserably, and had this been the case all along, what have you done over the past so many years to make yourself stronger? Every time this question is being asked to opposition parties, they say they will be going to people's court. And people, even after 2024 Lok Sabha results where BJP's numbers fell short, people have voted for BJP. From Delhi to Haryana to Maharashtra and now West Bengal. Question thus is, before they ask anything to BJP, they should also be asking these leaders, their own leaders who are leaving them, deserting them and going to BJP, the same leaders who campaigned against BJP on a seat, who now find BJP better than their own symbol, that is at what cost they are doing this? Why? Because for people, it is never too clear or convincing. The same leaders who rode on an anti-BJP narrative throughout the election season in 2024 Lok Sabha election and thereafter even in 2026 assembly elections, they suddenly find BJP has gone. So questions should be asked to them. It is not BJP's fault. Absolutely not. But when they surrender, if they do or if they are doing, why? And if they are surrendering, why can't their mother parties stop it? Because people say that's not politics, that's something else. For Trinamool Congress rebels, it looked less like spontaneous anger against Abhishek Banerjee, against the party, and more like coordinated, orchestrated pressure using legal tools like anti-defection merger, agency cases, and political inducement, quote unquote. Not my language. That's what Trinamool Congress is saying. Whether it's pure opportunism by disgruntled leaders or something more organized is something history and the courts will judge. But the pattern is unmistakable. So here we are. A party that was there, that won massive mandates in the past, is seeing its legislative wings walk out using the very constitution that was supposed to protect their party discipline. Leaders who posed with Didi till death, those posters, you remember, are now presidents of new vehicles or claiming to be the real Trinamool Congress party. The anti-defection law is being used not to stop splits, but to manage them when 2/3 move together. And all of this is unfolding weeks before Parliament's monsoon session, where number matters more than ever. Is this the new normal of Indian politics, or are we watching the slow erosion of party structures and the rise of personality, power, and legal engineering? One thing is certain, the fight over Trinamool Congress's name, symbol, and funds is going to be long and ugly in courts, in Election Commission's office, and also probably on the streets of Bengal. Similar battles are brewing in Maharashtra and probably or possibly also in Uttar Pradesh, even if Akhilesh Yadav dismisses all rumors. Democracy is noisy, it is messy, but when the fine print of the constitution becomes the main battlefield instead of ideas and governance, we all need to pay attention, because today it is Trinamool Congress or Shiv Sena, UBT, and the SP rumors. Tomorrow, it could be any party that loses any election or faces internal pressure. Jai Hind, Satyameva Jayate.